ladies and gentlemen, once again, as always, the one, the only, the motherfucking General Miguel Magallon. And as always, the president, the founder, the CEO of Magallon Entertainment and leader of the Sports Betting Mexican Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back this evening. Man, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta admit it. We got a motherfucking ass whooping on Saturday and Sunday. In the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, all motherfucking weekend long. Our teams, our tickets, our bets, our plays, we're getting a motherfucking beat down this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It was a bloodbath. It was a massacre. It was annihilation in the sports books this weekend. Not just here in Vegas, but offshore, overseas, you fucking name it. I don't care if it was in India, Japan, or fucking Australia. Every sports book was fucking murdering every single bettor this weekend, because every fucking favorite, every fucking massive, team that was favored to win by like 2 touchdowns or more, it was upsets everywhere. It was Hail Marys left and right. A bunch of the top dogs went down this weekend in the pros and in college football as well. I mean, everywhere. This was upset fucking weekend, in my opinion. There were a lot of heavy favorites and heavy underdogs, and they came back to destroy sports bettors everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who was it? Let me run through the list real here. I got my fucking list. Oh yeah, so the Jags went down this weekend, the Ravens went down this weekend, the Cowboys went down this weekend. There were a lot of blowouts this weekend, man. Some of them were done by favorites. Some of them were done by underdogs. Some teams like the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, shout out to them. They were 2 touchdown underdogs. They won the game by 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Then there were, teams like Oregon, who were favored by 21 against Colorado. They didn't just win by 21. They damn near won by 41. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of blowouts this weekend. Some by favorites, some by underdogs. And in the end, a lot of sports bettors, they just got killed. They got massacred. They got obliterated this weekend. A lot of parlays got shredded up. The sportsbooks made a lot of money this weekend. Again, not just here in Vegas, but online, overseas, offshores, you fucking name it. India, Japan, Australia, all the sports books all over the world were celebrating because a lot of the heavy favorites by the public, right? We're just getting, it was just beat downs all weekend, just ass whoopings all fucking night long. So, I mean, it was embarrassing. It was humiliating. I mean, they got fucked up. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about it here tonight. I'm going to break down every single play, every single ticket, every single bet, all my in-game analysis, and I'm going to give you guys a recap. I'm going to give you guys a review of what happened this weekend, play by play, brick by brick, piece by piece, layer by layer, ticket by fucking ticket. I'm going to tell you what I was thinking. I'm going to tell you what the results were, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do about it and how we're going to make that money back this weekend. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, when the general's about to teach you some shit, when the general's about to educate you on shit, and when the general's about to drop some knowledge in this bitch, you already know what to say. Say it with me. Get the pen in the pads, get the pen in the pads, get the pens and the motherfucking pads. And let's get this shit started. So, I want to start off with college football first. I want to start off with college football, because that's where, actually, you know what? Let me back up a minute. Let me start off with Thursday night football, and then we'll roll into college football and what happened Saturday with Oregon and Colorado. And then after that, I'll break down the Sunday slate, and I'll give you guys a quick, a preview in the end of some of the bets I'm looking at laying next weekend. But let's bring it back to where we started. I want to talk about what happened on Thursday night. So Thursday night, I gave you guys my all-in, guaranteed, max money, put the book on it, bet the mortgage on it, lay down everything you had on it, and I put literally I think I put about 55% of my bankroll, almost 60% of my entire bankroll that I, started with this season, and I laid it on the San Francisco money lines. Y'all remember that shit? I went to the sports book out here in Vegas, the South Point, pulled up real quick, beep beep, you know what I mean? Walked in there, walked out, had all my tickets ready, laid it out there in the fucking parking structure attached to South Point. Gave you guys a quick little 4 or 5 minute video explaining, my 4 tickets. And, I gave you guys my Monday night plays for last week. I gave you guys my lock of the week with San Francisco money line. And I gave you guys my favorite bet of the week, which is actually tonight. It's the Los Angeles Rams going against the Cincinnati Bengals. I expect the Rams to blow out the Bengals in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. Again, I'm not sure if he's playing or not. Probably, maybe, not sure. Again, he has the calf injury, the knee injury, the leg injury, his back hurts, his body hurts, and his pussy hurts. We've been saying that for like 2-3 weeks now. And I continue to say it because I think Joe Burrow's fucked up right now. I think his body's not right. His offensive line is trash. His offensive line is garbage, basura, straight fucking caca on the offensive line. And it's been that way. I don't want you guys to think like, oh my God, what's going on with the Bengals? Why does their offensive line suck all of a sudden? Their offensive line been sucked. It's been garbage. It's been fucking trash. I think what's helped Joe Burrow, get to the Super Bowl and eventually lose to Aaron Donald and the Rams and make it to the AFC Championship game last year. They went on the road. They beat the Buffalo Bills last postseason, and then they went into to Arrowhead, and Patrick Mahomes pulled it off, and he ended up going back to the Super Bowl and winning it against the Philadelphia Eagles. But you look at the last 2 seasons, Joe Burrow is the most sacked quarterback in the league right now. The only person who's been getting sacked more than Joe Burrow is probably Russell Wilson's dumbass. He's probably the only one who has more sacks than Joe Burrow. But even then, I think Joe Burrow is either number 1 or number 2 in terms of, most quarterback, sacks in the league. So him and Russell Wilson, they're basically playing behind, bad offensive lines. But I think what makes Joe Burrow, able to still win games, unlike a Russell Wilson, is Joe Burrow, especially in the first, couple years of his tenure in the NFL, he's been a mobile QB. Now I'm not saying he's Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying he's Cam Newton. I'm not trying to compare him to Michael Vick, but he is kind of like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the sense of they're probably not going to run for 100 yards, but every time they run, they always get the first down at least. That's who Joe Burrow, has been the last 5 years. Again, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, they run the ball when they need to, and the play breaks down and they can't find their receivers downfield. They'll take off for a quick 5, 10, 15, get the first down, slide, except Josh Allen, his dumbass wants to fucking dive in head first like he's a fucking WWE superstar. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's some Cam Newton bullshit right there. I don't know why he always has to dive head first. You know what I mean? Just to get a first down. Like, bro, just fucking slide. And I think that's why Josh Allen isn't going to last a long time in this league. And I think Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes will, because Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes both played baseball. And in baseball, we teach the kids how to fucking slide. Trust me, I know my kid's trying to do it right now. Slide when you get to second base. Slide when you get home. Slide when you get to third, right? Take a fucking slide. Otherwise, they're going to tag you with the ball and get you out. So because Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes both played baseball in high school and in college, from time to time, like, they learned how to slide at a young age. Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow both played Little League. Like, they know how to fucking slide. Josh Allen, apparently he played hockey. He was doing some UFC, MMA bullshit. This motherfucker, every fucking time, America, just diving in head first. Like, just diving in with his neck out like a dumbass. It's like, bro, you're taking too many unnecessary hits for nothing. You're on the 30-yard line. You're not at the fucking, it's not like he's in the end zone. Like, he's diving head first to get a first down, like at the 40 or the 50. Like, bro, calm down. Just take a fucking knee, slide. It's not that difficult. I don't know why it's so hard for him to, like, comprehend that. But he wants to play just like he's Cam Newton or just like a Ben Roethlisberger. Like, he wants to just throw his body everywhere. So I don't think Josh Allen's going to last a long time in this league. I'm not saying he's going to quit tomorrow like Andrew Luck once did, but what I'm saying is I don't think he's going to play 20, 25 years like Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like to play a long time, like a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees or even the Peyton Manning, like you got to be able to just like, either slide when you take off or you got to be able to just, avoid the hit and just fucking, lay down, not have to get down because these big ass NFL linebackers, they will crack the holy fuck out of you if you're just standing there in the pocket too long waiting to get hit like a dumbass. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. I just, I don't believe in Josh Allen. I really do think he's overhyped. I do think he's overrated. He had one good year where he made it to the AFC Championship and he almost beat Patrick Mahomes. But it didn't work out that well in the end. But I don't know. I'm not sold on Josh Allen. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not sold on him. I think he's probably top 5, maybe not. I would put Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and maybe like 1 or 2 others above him. You know what I mean? Maybe even a Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts runs, but he's smart when he runs. When he runs in the open field, he slides. When he's doing it on 4th and 1, he tucks his head down and he hides behind Kelsey's big ass. Jalen Hurts is smarter when he runs with the football. I'm not saying he's a better passer than Josh Allen. I just think he's a smarter player than Josh Allen when it comes to decision making and when it comes to running with the football. So I actually would take Jalen Hurts above Josh Allen, my opinion. But anyways, so I'm not sure Josh Allen's top 5 quarterback anymore. I think there's probably 5 QBs I would take in the NFL above him, and that's just me. I think he's still top 10, but I'm not sure he's top 5 anymore. So anyways, though, so going back to Joe Burrow, again, I just think he's too injured, and I think this offensive line has been trash. It's been garbage, really, his entire time in the NFL. That's why he had that injury during his first year as a rookie. And I think sometimes people overlook that fact because he's always been mobile with the ball, and he's always been able to scramble out the pocket, buy his receivers more time, or just run down the field and get the first down himself, and he always slides. But it doesn't change the fact that his offensive line has never been able to protect him. He's just been able to overcome it for so many years because he's been a mobile QB. But now with the calf injury, that everyone's saying that, if he keeps playing, he might end up tearing his ACL or MCL, whatever it is, the same way, it did Aaron Rodgers. Now with that calf injury and now the knee injury, and now basically everyone's saying his whole knee hurts, his body hurts. He's taking all these hits in the pocket now, and the Browns were able to sack the shit out of his ass. Now there's, the Ravens were, I think there's a lot of concerns for Joe Burrow because now he's not able to overcome the lack of protection in the pocket. So with that being said, I believe this is I believe this is a wasted year for Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they should sit him. I'm not saying they have to sit him for the rest of the season, but I think he should miss at least the next 3 or 4 games until the bye week. And then after that, reassess the situation, because even if Joe Burrow comes back healthy after the bye week, if they end up going 1-7 without him, at that point, it's, it's probably not even worth it unless you think he can come back 100% ready and go on another 6-7 game win streak and maybe make it to the AFC playoffs, as a wild card, maybe, right? We'll have to see, but I think he should sit the next 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 games at least. Because again, if he's telling you his knee hurts and his calf hurts, then you're just waiting for another Aaron Rodgers injury. Because now he has no protection in the pocket because the pocket always collapses around him. He used to be able to overcome it because he was a mobile QB, but now he can't. So now he's just putting himself, he's exposing himself to unnecessary injury, in my opinion. So with that being said, that's why I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams as my, not my upset of the week. I had some bigger ones this past weekend, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. But this is my favorite play of the week. The guaranteed all-in, bet the mortgage, bet the bank, put everything in your bank account money. That bet was earlier this week on Thursday night. San Francisco 49ers against the New York Giants without Saquon Barkley and a dumbass at quarterback. I told you I don't like Danny Dimes. I don't like Danny Jones. Fuck this motherfucker. They need to replace him in the draft. He's getting paid too much money to fucking suck. So, excuse me. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of the Danny kid in New York. I'm just not. I think he's overrated. I think he fucking sucks. I think he's basically an average quarterback. He's a guy that says, oh, I want a good offensive line. I want a good running game with Saquon Barkley. I want a strong defense on the other side. I want to have good receivers. I need a good tight end. I need good pass protection. I need a good head coach. I need this. I need that. I need this other thing. And I need that as well, too. Oh, by the way, but I also want you to give me max money. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those people. Like, come on, bro. I get it. If you were Joe Burrow, I get it. If you were Patrick Mahomes, I get it. You know what I mean? If you were like a special type of quarterback. But if you're going to ask for max money, we're not going to be able to load the roster. So we're going to expect you to overcome some things. Like Joe Burrow, he knows he's getting max money. So guess what? He's not going to get an offensive line anymore. Not that he ever has. So he's going to have to overcome that. And it's up to him to do it. Same thing with Russell Wilson. He won a Super Bowl, almost won a second if it wasn't for that pick in the end zone. But what happened after that Super Bowl? Russell Wilson said, I want max money. And guess what the Seattle Seahawks did? They basically traded away the Legion of Boom. So when he was making no money, he got the Legion of Boom. When he makes max money, he basically had no boom. And what happened after that? They traded his bitch ass to Denver, and now he's fucking all washed up and getting destroyed and annihilated, having 70 points on his ass, by the Miami Dolphins. So the point of this, this rant here is I just don't like the Giants. I don't like their quarterback. I think it's fucking distasteful. I think it's embarrassment. And I think it's pathetic and bullshit that they don't want to pay Saquon Barkley. Because to me, Saquon Barkley is the best player on the team. To me, Saquon Barkley is the heart and soul of the team. To me, Saquon Barkley is the most important player on the team. And the fact that they want to treat him like this, but they want to give Danny Jones max money for what? He hasn't done nothing. How many playoff games has he won in the last 5-6 years? One? Get the fuck out of here. Telling you, these guys win one playoff games and they fucking act like they won a Super Bowl. Like, bro, what the fuck have you done to earn max money? Nothing. So I'm just not a fan of the Giants. I can't believe these bitches played them that much. And again, I think when the Giants are able to run the ball with Saquon Barkley, it frees up the, what's it called? That pass play? The play action pass. When Saquon Barkley is running for 5-6 yards, breaking off 15, 20, 25 here and there, all of a sudden it's easy for Daniel Jones to get more time in the pocket because now everyone's loading the box up on Saquon Barkley, and now Daniel Jones has time in the pocket and all his receivers are downfield one-on-one. And it makes it easy for Daniel Jones to be able to throw it to his receivers downfield when it's all one-on-one coverage because everyone's loading the box against Saquon Barkley. So when Saquon is eating, when he's beasting, when he's feasting on Sundays, that's when Daniel Jones is at his best. It's like Dak Prescott when Ezekiel Elliott used to actually be something. Back when he actually was a beast. Back when actually, you know what I mean? Like, he was out there in the end zone saying, feed me. Then he went to Mexico for one off season and came back fat as fuck. He's never been the same in my opinion. And on top of that, all of the injuries. But when Zeke was at his peak, when Zeke was like the number one running back in the league, when Zeke was a fucking beast in the league, oh man, Dak Prescott was fucking, that's when he was fucking beasting. Cause he was on a rookie contract. He had a really special defense back then too. And again, it was just play action pass, because every time, teams were loading the box against Zeke, now all of a sudden Dak pulls it back and he's looking downfield, everyone's one-on-one, and he could just throw it to his receivers like Amari Cooper or somebody, and it was basically touchdowns all day and, deep fucking 40, 50-yard passes here and there because everyone was scared to get beat by Zeke because he was breaking off 120, 140, 155 yards a game. You know what I mean? Like, he was unstoppable during his peak. But again, they give these QBs all that money. All of a sudden, the offensive linemen, turn into trash. The defense goes away. It's no longer elite. And the receivers start, not being elite either. And now all of a sudden, the QB wants to blame the organization. Like, nah, bro, that's on you. You took all this money, so we expect you to overcome these obstacles, just like Patrick Mahomes has, just like Joe Burrow has. I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes. How many elite receivers does he have besides Travis Kelce? Nobody. Does he have an elite offensive line? No, not really. He's able to scramble around and buy himself more time in the pocket. Does Patrick Mahomes have an elite run game? No, not really. You know what I mean? Like, we can say he has a good defense right now, but that's mostly draft picks. It's not like they signed a bunch of, defensive players during free agency. All their defensive players are basically mostly rookies or young players that they drafted. But on offense, he's throwing to a bunch of nobodies besides Travis Kelce, and the offensive line is kind of overrated in my opinion, but he's able to scramble, unlike Joe Burrow, and buy himself more time in the pocket. So in my opinion, again, with people like a Dak Prescott or a Daniel Jones or a Mac Jones or a Kirk Cousins or a Justin Herbert, like when you take this max money, us as a team expect you to overcome certain obstacles, such as having a bad defensive line, having a bad offensive line, or not having enough elite receivers at a time. Again, I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying when we pay you that kind of max money, 40, 50 milli, we expect you to overcome these obstacles anyways and still win a Super Bowl without it. If not, then don't take the max money, or just don't bitch and complain when your offensive line is fucking garbage and you're getting sacked 300 times a weekend. We don't want to hear it, because when you said you deserve max money, you basically saying, I don't need a good offensive line, I could do it without them, it's all on me. So, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to do what Tom Brady did or Peyton Manning did, or, what Drew Brees did late in their careers and do this thing called take a pay cut. Instead of making 40 million, maybe you only make 20, and then you could sign a good offensive lineman around you so you can get more pass protection. You can get better receivers and you can get a better defense, and that's going to help you win a Super Bowl. Otherwise, just sit there and collect the money and stop complaining that your team sucks. So anyways, moving on here. Going to Thursday night, I gave you guys the max bet of the week, put everything, the mortgage, the bank account, every dollar, every nickel, every dime, every motherfucking penny, put it on the San Francisco 49ers. I told you they were going to, romp the shit out of fucking the Giants without Saquon Barkley and a dumbass at quarterback. That's exactly what they did. They won the game 30-17, some shit. Doesn't even matter. They won the game. They cashed us out on the money line, and they covered the spread. So San Francisco 49ers, 2-1 against the spread, 3-0 straight up. I think they're going to win next week against the Cardinals, and I think they're going to beat the spread too. I think the spread is, let me see, what's the spread next week for San Francisco and the Cardinals? I'm looking it up here. Yeah, San Francisco favored by 14. Ooh, that's probably going to be like minus fucking 900, minus 1,000 on the money line. But I'm going to be honest, guys. I think the 49ers are not only going to win easily, I think they're going to destroy the Cardinals to basically prove to the Dallas Cowboys that you guys lost, by fucking 14, and we're going to beat this team by at least 14, maybe 28, 30, or 40. Just to fucking, kind of just throw it in their face that, we destroyed a team that beat you by 2 scores and we beat them by 4. So I like the San Francisco 49ers next week, not just on the money line, but I also like them to beat and cover the spread. So I'm probably going to take them on the money line, and don't be surprised if I also hit them up on the minus 14, because I think the 49ers are going to they're going to do what Deion Sanders says. They're going to make this personal, because they're going to laugh at the fact that they just beat the Giants or the Cowboys at home, and they're going to show the Cowboys this is how you're supposed to do it. This is how it's supposed to be done when you don't have a dumbass at QB like Dak Prescott's dumbass. Get out of here. Overrated as fuck. Cost me money this weekend. Anyways, so yeah, that was our first play of the week. San Francisco 49ers on the money line. I put 2,200 to win 400. Again, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, $400. Even though that's more than some of you probably make in a week, but 400 is not bad, even though I had to quote unquote risk $2,200, because I considered it free money. I considered it guarantee money. I considered it basically just walk into the sports book and just give me my money, right? Like, to me, that was free. That was guaranteed. That was fucking too easy. So I didn't mind risking, quote unquote, risking 2,200 to quote unquote only win 400. Again, that's still more than most of you guys probably make in a week. But I didn't mind it because it was free. It was guaranteed. It was easy. It was fucking please take me. It was pull up to the sports book and just fucking walk away with the money. It was so fucking free. It was for the taking. Motherfuckers will be out here and, they'll take loose pussy all day, but they don't want to take free money when it's available. You got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? Give me free money over free pussy any day of the week, but that's just me. Some of you guys got your priorities fucking, mistaken. So, anyways, yeah, so that was the first play of the week. We started off 1-0. Now let me get to this. College football, America. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it. Are you fucking kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? Are you fucking kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, Deion Sanders, college football, prime motherfucking time, got blown out by Oregon on the road, man. Damn, I can't believe this shit, America. That shit was embarrassing. That shit was frustrating. That shit was humiliating. Not just for Deion Sanders, but for me too, damn it, me too. I was undefeated on college football this season. I was 2-0. I took Colorado money line versus TCU opening weekend. Cashed out plus 700, no biggie. Then the following week, I took a minus 2.5 against Nebraska. Put down another 200, no biggie. And then this weekend, I said, damn, I'm undefeated. Deion's undefeated. He's won straight up 2 times, and he's beat the spread 2 times. He was 2-0 in both. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and put 550 on Colorado to cover the plus 21. And then let me get a little side piece of $200 for Colorado on the money line. Plus 650. Yay, yay. I was excited. I was happy. I was enthusiastic. I was celebrating. I had a big ass smile on my face. Then Colorado went down 7-0. A little frustrated. Then they punt the ball away, and then Colorado goes down 14-0. Man, now I'm super frustrated. Then they punt the ball away again, and then they go down 21-0. All right, bro, now I'm getting upset. I'm getting mad. I got y'all plus 21. Y'all already down 21. And we still in the first quarter. You gotta be motherfucking kidding me. Come on, prime time. Come on, Deion. Come on, man. Damn. Can't do nothing this first half, man. Fuck. Then they punt the ball away again. And then they go down 28-0. All right, bro. Now I'm getting big mad. Now I'm really upset. Now I'm motherfucking frustrated. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck, man. Damn. Now I'm big mad. We down 28-0. In the first half. In the first fucking half. Fuck. All right. No biggie. No biggie. All right. Deion, we got it. Let's just, kick a field goal real quick at halftime, regroup in the locker room, come back. Just like against Nebraska, we'll be on fire. We'll be clicking again. We'll be ripping and running. Shedeur Sanders up in the fucking field. We're going to be all right. We're going to be okay. Deion about to put that foot up that ass and make sure his team's awake and energized in the second half. We're going to cover that plus 21-point spread. Might not cash the money line, but fuck it. I got 550 on the spread. I'll still come out on top. I'll still get that profit anyways. Let's go, Deion. Let's go, prime time. Energize the troop. Rally the soldiers. Let's get this shit in line. Give up another touchdown before half. Down 35-0. Fuck, man. No mames. What? Are you serious right now? You was only fucking underdogs by 21. You down 35-0 at the half. Damn, are you kidding me? Come on, Deion. Do something. Fuck. Get a pick. Get a fumble. Do something on special teams. Be special. Damn. Fuck. I'm upset. I'm not just a little frustrated. I'm not just big frustrated. I'm not a little mad. I'm not big mad. By the time it was 35-0, I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm heated right now. I'm infuriated. I'm beyond frustrated. I'm about to throw the remote at the TV. I'm like, are you serious, man? Fuck. Second half didn't go no better. Punt, give up a touchdown. Oh, hell no. Suffice to say, Deion, Primetime, and Shedeur Sanders did not cover the plus 21. Hell no, nowhere close to cashing out my money line. So we lost about $750 on Saturday night. $550 on the spread, $200 on the money line, $750 gone. So we cashed out $400 on the San Francisco game, right? 49ers against those bitch-ass Giants without Saquon Barkley, but then we lose 750 the next day. So net, I'm down 350 going into Sunday football. I'm like, all right, we're going to make it back. We're making back the next day. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what happened on Sunday football, right? Because again, Thursday night football, it was okay. Thursday night football was all right. Like I said, cashed out 400, easy money, free money, guaranteed profits. Took San Francisco on the money line, 2,200 to win 400. That's not bad. We up 400. So to start the week, we were at 38. After that San Francisco 49ers blowout victory, we won that 400 easy money, right? Just go up to the window and fucking take it. So we went into Saturday at 4,200. But then Dion cost us 750. So I think we were at like 3,550, I think, 3,500, something like that by the time we were going into Sunday. So I'm like, okay, that's still not bad. Week 3 of the season. Started out the year at, 2,500. Here we are. We got up to 42. Now we're back down to 35, but no big deal. From 25 to 35 after 2.5 weeks, it's okay. It's week 3. Let's cash out some profits and let's finish out the week strong. Let's cash out a quick 5-6K to finish out the week, 10K by the end of the month going into October. Hell yeah, I'm ready. So we go into the Sunday schedule. I'm like, all right. Now, I was able to get to the tickets to the sports book that night, but I wasn't able to post a full video because the next game, my son had a championship game on baseball, so I recorded the video from the field. But I basically gave you guys all my plays, and I gave it to you verbally. Left my tickets at home. My bad. I was all in a fucking rush that morning trying to get to my son's baseball game. Some of you guys know how that is, I thought the game was at 11:30. Then the bitch ass coach tells me it's actually at 9. I'm like, fuck, I thought you said 11:30. I was going to sleep in. They're like, nah, brother, you got to be here by 9. I'm looking at the clock. It's like 8:30 on a Sunday. I'm like, fuck, good thing I played my tickets last night and I didn't wait till Sunday morning, right? So fuck it, got my kid dressed, fast, took a fucking, what do they call those things? Those breakfast wraps, those breakfast sandwiches, got in the car, beep, beep, had to go, pulled up, got there just in time with like 2 minutes to spare. And then after that, just recorded a quick video for you guys at like 9 a.m. in the morning, from a random fucking baseball field and just, told you guys my plays verbally. So that was my bad. I should have been better prepared for this, but like I said, I thought the game was until 11:30, so I was just going to sleep in and, pass out my plays at around 9:30, but he hits me up at 8:30, says I got like half an hour to get there. So anyway, so that's how that shit went down, just, for clarity, for transparency, so you guys know why I recorded that, video from a baseball field and I wasn't showing you guys the actual tickets. I wasn't trying to hide nothing. It's just that it was some last minute shit. For those of you guys who are married with kids, you guys know last second shit happens all the time. That should be recurring on a regular basis. So anyway, so that was that. All right, so let's get into the Sunday football ticket, right? So Sunday, the first game that we liked was Titans versus the Browns. Now I know I told you guys, man, I like the Browns this season because I feel like Deshaun Watson, he's coming out for vengeance. He's coming back for payback, because he wants to prove that he deserved the money. He wants to earn his money and he wants to validate his career. He's coming back with vengeance. He's coming for retribution and he's coming, to enact a resurrection of his career. He wants to move past all of those rape allegations and prove that, on the field, he's still a really good quarterback and that in real life, he's actually a really good person, that he's never raped nobody. And those bitches were basically giving him their pussy for free because he was paying them. And you know what? I don't care what your opinion on it is. The only thing I know is this motherfucker was not sent to prison. He never served a day in prison and he was acquitted on all charges. So I have to go with what the legal system says. And the legal system says he absolutely did nothing wrong, other than quote unquote trying to pay for pussy, or they were basically sucking his dick and fucking him in those quote unquote massage parlors. You guys know how that is. And basically he was getting quote unquote professional massages out there fucking every other night. And they were doing it, and, they said that, as we all know, they said that he raped them, all 30 of them, and he said, hell no, they want the money, and this is blackmail, because they know I'm an athlete, I'm a high-paid quarterback, and, they were basically just demanding money. I wouldn't pay them. I told them fuck off. So now here they are slandering my name because that's going to cost me more money than it would have if I had just paid him off, which is true. If he actually just, if he's right and they were basically blackmailing him, it would have cost him less money just to pay them all like $1 million each than to go through everything he went through, get suspended by the league, and lose all his sponsorships, because he lost more money through all of the sponsors leaving him than he would have lost if he just paid them each $1 million. Yeah, it would have cost 30 mil, but he probably cost himself 100 mil in sponsorships, because before all the accusation charges, everyone was trying to act like he was the next Patrick Mahomes, like he was right up there. It was Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. Like he was on that level before all of the rape charges. So, you know what I mean? He probably cost himself easy at least 100 million in off the field sponsorships. And all they wanted was like $1 million each, supposedly, or half a million, something like that. So it would have been cheaper for him just to pay him off. So I think this is a lesson to all millionaires and billionaires listening. Like sometimes it actually is just cheaper to pay him off. And the best decision is just not to put yourself in that position to begin with. Don't go to fucking random ass massage parlors. Get yourself a, professional side bitch. How about you do that? Like Leonardo DiCaprio does. So anyways, yeah, I was really big into Deshaun Watson, right? Coming back this season. I took him on the road, in that game against Cincy. He cashed us out 200 profit. And then after that, I rolled the whole ticket over into that game against the Steelers. And the Steelers basically romped that ass. And I think the game went sideways as soon as Nick Chubb went down with that injury. And when they lost Nick Chubb, I remember saying on this podcast, on this YouTube channel, that Nick Chubb was the Marshawn Lynch of Cleveland. Like, he was the heart and soul of that team. He was the leader of the team. He was the true captain. It's not Deshaun Watson. It was Nick Chubb. Everyone looks up to him. Everyone respects him. Everyone loves him. The Cleveland Browns is basically Nick Chubb. That he is the heart and soul of that franchise, of that organization. And even Myles Garrett said after that Steelers loss that when they lost, Nick, basically everyone's soul got crushed because they know how much he means to them, how important he is to them, and how much of a leader he is for them, both on and off the field. They fucking love Nick Chubb on that team. So when Nick Chubb goes down, they signed Kareem Hunt during the fucking off week. But I remember saying to myself, man, you lose the Marshawn Lynch of your team, you lose the heart and soul, it's never going to be the same again. And they were going against the Titans at home, who put up a dogfight against the Saints, ended up fucking beating the fucking bitch-ass Chargers. And I said, you know what? The Titans, Ryan Tannehill's probably way past his prime. I'm not even sure when his prime really was. I think, again, I've said this, numerous times now, but I think they should look to draft a new QB in the offseason and replace fucking Ryan Tannehill, because I don't think Ryan Tannehill's that guy. I don't think he ever was, in my opinion. And a lot of teams are basically loading up the box right now against, what's the name? Running back for the Titans. Brain fart. Who's the running back for the Titans? I have a brain fart right now. Who the fuck is this guy? Derrick Henry, excuse me. So Derrick Henry is a monster. He's beast. He's unstoppable. But now that everyone in the league knows that Ryan Tannehill basically has no weapons on offense besides Derrick Henry, all his receivers suck, and he doesn't have an arm. I don't think he's really ever had an arm to begin with. Everyone now is basically following the same playbook, and they're just loading up the box against Derrick Henry. So that's why Derrick Henry is struggling to rush for any yards this season, because everyone's just loading up the box, and Derrick Henry is getting tackled nonstop behind the line of scrimmage. Well, when that shit happens, what you do is you do a play action pass, you pretend like you're going to run the ball with Derrick Henry for the 1 millionth fucking time, and then you throw it over their fucking head. The problem is, Ryan Tannehill hasn't been able to do it. Cause he fucking sucks. This bitch ass motherfucker, dude. He can't beat anybody with his arm at all. He's fucking washed. He's done. He's worse than Russell Wilson's dumbass. So a lot of teams are just loading up the box, because we know you can't beat us, homie. You suck. And yet he almost beat the Saints, and he did beat the Chargers. So I said, you know what? I don't like the Titans this year. I do think they suck. I don't think they're going to make it to the playoffs this year. And I think they need to look to draft a new QB. Again, one of the deepest quarterback drafts in NFL history. I think they should draft a new QB this offseason during the NFL draft and move on from Ryan Tannehill's bitch ass. However, the Browns got no Nick Chubb. And that's the heart and soul of the team. That's their lifeblood. He is the soul of that franchise, of that city right now. And when he went down the way he did with that nasty-ass knee injury, breaking his leg in half, I said, I don't think the Browns are ever going to be the same. So instead of, okay, Deshaun Watson's out here for vengeance and payback and retribution and resurrection and all this and that, I'm like, yeah, that would have been, it would have helped to have Nick Chubb. Without him, I'm not sure Deshaun Watson could do it on his own because I feel like the Steelers exposed him on offense. So I said, you know what, let me get the Titans real quick. I think the Titans are going to run up and down on Cleveland. I think Deshaun Watson, without a strong run game, he's not ready yet. He's not fully prepared. He's not able to beat people with his arm either. He wants to run and he wants to be a mobile QB again, but he's not able to throw the ball downfield. He's not as accurate as he once was. Maybe he never will be. Who fucking knows? But right now, he is not good with the deep pass. He basically just wants to run around with his leg. And with no Nick Chubb on the team, I'm not sure how inspired the team is going to be this weekend. Versus the Titans, they've been playing back-to-back close games. Again, they only lost to the Saints by 1, and they beat the Chargers by like 2. So the Titans, they're fighting. They're scrappy. They're still trying to win. Versus Cleveland, with that Nick Chubb loss, I said, man, this team's probably going south from here. So I switched up the playbook and went against my preseason prediction. And instead of riding Cleveland to win 9, 10, 11 games this season, I basically started to fade them. And I chose the wrong, moment to, because the Titans went in there and basically got romped. They laid an egg. They got embarrassed. They got exposed. Ryan Tannehill, once again, looks like a bitch-ass QB. And Cleveland Browns, look, they only put up 27. Let's not pretend like they put up 70 like the Dolphins. The Browns did not look fucking unstoppable. The Browns didn't look fucking magnificent or elite. But because the Titans were doing so many stupid things on offense and defense, the Browns were able to win the game easily 27-3. Again, doesn't mean the Browns are fucking elite. It just means the Titans laid an egg. And that's what I'm going to chalk it up to. So with that being said, we lost. I feel bad because, again, my preseason prediction was take the Browns. They're going to win 9, 10, 11 games, and they're going to be an underdog in most of those games. In this game, the Browns were favored by like 3. You know what I mean? But in a lot of games, they're going to be underdogs on the road. So you can make a lot of money on the Browns this season if I'm right, and they do win 9 or 10 games, right? I don't think they're going to win 11 or 12, but I think they could win at least 9 or 10, right? Especially based on their strength of schedule. But again, I went against my preseason prediction. I took the bitch-ass Titans, even though I have them missing the playoffs and the Browns making the playoffs. But go fucking figure, right? So I just chose the wrong opportunity, and I fucked up. I should have just stuck with my preseason prediction. I just thought that Nick Chubb injury was going to deflate the team, and instead I don't want to say it energized the team because they didn't play great on offense. It's just that the Titans laid an egg on offense and only scored 3. So the Browns were on the field for like 90% of the fucking time. The Titans defense just got fucking tired and ran out of gas, and the Browns were able to walk away easily. So with that being said, I'm still not impressed by the Browns. I'm not sure if I fade Deshaun Watson next week again, or if I just go back to my preseason analysis and just bet them to win every game. Not every game, but most games. They face, next week the Browns are at home against the Ravens. I'm going to be honest. This is tough. The Ravens have a shit ton of injuries. Browns by 2.5. I feel like I got to jump back on the Browns again and watch them fuck me again. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. They won me money the first week, lost me money the second. Now they lost me money again the third week, even though they would have won me money if I had just stuck with my preseason predictions. So now it's like, fuck, watch the Ravens go in there and pull off the upset just like they did in Cincy. And now, you know what I mean? Now I'm basically fucking up because I'm betting on them when I shouldn't, and I'm not betting on them when I should. So this is a tough predicament for me. I feel like I have to take the Browns because, again, I have to stick to my preseason analysis. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, if I had just done that this past week, I would have been up an extra 400 instead of down 400 on that ticket. So it's very frustrating because now if I jump back on it and stay disciplined, watch this week the week that, you know what I mean, the Ravens blow them out just like they did Cincy. And then I'm going to be sitting there frustrated like, fuck, man. Instead of being 2-2, I'm fucking 1-3 because I didn't bet them last week like I was supposed to. So that's kind of what's been going on with this. And then with the Titans, next week, let me see, who do the Titans play next week? Next week we got the Titans. Where the fuck is the Titans? Where's this bitch ass Titans at? Oh, they're at home against the fucking Bengals. Again, I feel like I have to take them against the Bengals back to back week. Because if Joe Burrow looks like trash tonight, then to me that's an easy win for the Titans. But if Joe Burrow comes out on fire tonight and somehow magically he fucking cures his knee injury, then I feel like I got to go with the Bengals. So, yeah, give me the Titans next week. It's even money. I feel like I have to. And then, yeah, give me the Titans next week. I feel like I have to. And then I feel like I got to take the Browns. So anyways, that's that, guys. That's my early week next week analysis. All right, so what was the other games we had? That was that one. Next one, Falcons and the Lions. I think I stayed away from this one, but I was leaning the Lions. I should have took the Lions. This is another fuck up by me. I have to bet every single game and just, bet with my leans. And I was leaning heavy on the Lions, but I didn't want to do it because I was like, fuck, the Falcons, they're undefeated. They just fucked me last week against the fucking Packers. And the Lions, they didn't make me money last week. They fucked me at home against Seattle last week. So last week, both of these teams cost me money. I had the Packers beating the Falcons. The Falcons won. They're still undefeated. And I had the Lions beating the Seahawks. And the Lions lost. And the Seahawks fucking, came for that ass. So both these teams have been costing me money basically all year long. So I wanted to stay away from this game and say, fuck these teams. Even though I was leading on the Lions. I should have just fucking stuck with my lean and actually bet it. And I didn't bet it. So I didn't lose any money. But I feel like I missed out on it. You know what I mean? And sometimes that can feel even worse. So, yeah, this Lions-Falcons game, I didn't put no money, but I should have because I was leading the Lions to beat the Falcons. But again, no risk it, no biscuit. And to me, this is one where I just missed out on money. So I'm frustrated. I know some of you guys bet it because I told you guys that was my lean. So congratulations for you guys who made money without me. This is a lesson to me. I got to bet every single game and I have to take all of my leans because, sometimes it can balance things out. So this is a situation where I didn't lose no money, but I missed out on an easy 400. So again, lesson to be learned. Always bet all your fucking leans. So with that being said, I didn't stick to my my preseason analysis with the Browns. That cost me money. I faded them because of that Nick Chubb injury. And now, next week, I feel like I have to bet the Browns. Again, stick, and actually just stay disciplined, and that'll be the week that they fuck me. So, we'll see. Because the Ravens are dealing with a lot of injuries too. So we'll see how it works out. I'm going to take the Browns next week. I hope they don't let me down, but they probably will. You know what I mean? And that's going to be my fuck up because if they lose next week and I bet them, I'll be 1-3 on the season on the Browns, even though I should only be 2-2 if I bet them next weekend and they lose. But if I bet them next week and they win, I'll be 2-1 versus the Browns, even though I should be 3-1 on the Browns. So either way, I'm not going to be able to make up the fact that I didn't bet them last week against the Titans because of that Nick Chubb injury. Now, in regards to the Titans, they lost me money this past week, right? Because I bet on them to win and they didn't. Hopefully they can make it up for me next week and beat the Cincinnati Bengals, depending on how Joe Burrow looks tonight. So that's an update on those 4 teams. Next ticket, Saints versus Packers, same thing. Or not same thing, but similar. I had the Saints winning week 1. And they fucked me because they were supposed to beat the Chargers by 3. They ended up winning but not covering. They won by 1. The following week, I bet them again to cover the -3. And that was, I think, against the Panthers. And they only won the game by 3. So I'm looking at Derek Carr's bitch ass, and I'm like, bro, you cost me money the first week by not covering the spread. Then the second week, you were -3 again. You were up 11, and you only won the game by 3. The Panthers scored 8 points in the end. So I'm looking at Derek Carr like, bro, you're 0-1-1 against the spread. Fucking cash me something. This week, they were +2 against the Packers. I took them on the money line, of course, against the Packers. And what happens? They lose the game, but they only will lose the game by 1. So they ended up covering without me because I took them on the fucking money line instead of taking them on the +2. You gotta fucking be kidding me. So now the the Saints, are 1-1-1 against the spread. And I'm over here basically 0-3 betting against them. You gotta fucking be kidding me. Derek Carr, this motherfucker continues to fuck me no matter what I do. If I fade him, I lose. If I bet on him, I lose. If I stay away, I lose. It's like, dude, Derek Carr is the most fucking bitch-ass quarterback in NFL history. Again, I bet them week 1 to beat the Titans and cover the 3. They won, but they only won by 1, so they didn't cover the 3. The second week, they were up 11 points. All they had to do was cover a 3 again against the Panthers. They gave up 8 in the end, and they only won by 3. So it was a push. Still made no money. This week, they're +2. I take them on the money line. They win by 1. Or, lose by 1. So they covered the +2, but I lost the ticket because they didn't win. I had them on the money line, and they didn't win. And by the way, they were on the Packers 30-yard line with like 1 minute to go, and they missed a 47-yard field goal. So they should have won the game by 2. Instead, they lost by 1, still covered the spread. But of course, as always, Derek Carr fucks me. So, and by the way, the reason I faded the Packers, even though, again, preseason analysis, I said Packers have a, second best offensive line in football, even though they fucked me last week. A lot of teams are fucking me, man. And last week I had them against the Falcons, right? The Falcons fucking win. So I lost money on the Packers last week. I should have bet them against this week, but I didn't because I said the Saints defense is good, and I only want to bet on Jordan Love when he plays a shitty defense. And the Saints, to me, don't have a shitty defense. They have a good defense. Go figure. He still wins. So next week, the Saints are at home, -3 against the Buccaneers. I'm going to take the Saints next week. That's my lean. Not really sold on Baker Mayfield's dumbass. He made me money I avoided him week 1 against the Vikings, but I took Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers week 2 against the Chicago Bears. So he did make me money last week. But tonight I'm going to fade him and take the Eagles. And then next week I'm going to fade him again and take the Saints. I think the Buccaneers are going to lose their next 2 games. I think they're going to lose tonight against Philly, and I think they're going to lose next week against New Orleans. That's just me. In regards to the Packers next week, who they play? Packers next week are playing, they're at home against the Lions. Again, Lions costing me money, Packers costing me money. I'm not sure what to do here. I have no lean. This is probably a stay-away game for me. I am leaning Packers to win the game. Detroit's favored by 2, but I'm favoring the Packers to win this game. We'll see. But this might be a stay-away game for me. But, I did the same thing last week with the Lions and the Falcons. I was leaning Lions, but it was a stay-away game for me. Lions would have won, so I missed out on money. So I don't want to miss out on money again, but watch it cost me again. So a very frustrating week, as you guys can tell by now. So that's the update on the Titans-Browns game. That's what happens with the Falcons and Lions. That's what happened with the Saints and the Packers. And then next up, finally, let's talk about the team that actually won me money. Broncos at Dolphins. I had the Dolphins on the money line, and I had the Dolphins on the spread, -6.5. They dropped 70 on the Broncos. I faded the Broncos week 1. I took the Raiders on the money line. Week 2, I avoided them. That was that game against Washington. That was a stay-away game for me. And then this week, I faded the Broncos once again for the second time in 3 weeks. I took the Dolphins on the money line, and I took them on the spread -6. So the Dolphins basically cashed me out $800. So congratulations to the Dolphins. I had 600 on the money line. It was like -300. So I cashed out 200. It was 600 to win. It was $600 bet to win $200 profit because the money line was -300. But then I laid down 220 on the spread, which was the -6.5, and it was 220 to win 200. So overall, both of the tickets won $200 each. So overall, I came out plus 400 on top. And so that's how I basically split up that spread. But the main point was I took the Dolphins. That's the main thing. Main thing is I took the Dolphins, and it doesn't matter if you took them on the spread or if you bet them on the money line. Either way, you basically cashed out profits. So the Dolphins did good by me. So even though the Saints-Packers game, again, Derek Carr fucked me. Lions game, I missed out on money. Didn't lose no money, but I missed out on it because my lean was the Lions. Browns, I faded them because of that Nick Chubb injury. They cost me money. And then, yeah. But at least the Dolphins came back and they won me money. All right, next one, Patriots versus Jets. That was a stay-away game for me. Honestly, everyone I talked to was saying take the Patriots because they're undefeated against the Jets. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the Jets defense is elite and Mac Jones isn't. So I feel like it's a stay away game for me because I feel like either quarterback could have thrown a pick 6 that game. In my opinion, when I look at Mac Jones and I look at Zach Wilson, I'm like, both these quarterbacks are capable of losing the game for their team. So it was a stay away game for me, even though everyone I know took the Patriots. So again, I missed out on money. So that's the second time this has happened. I missed out on money not taking the Falcons, the Lions, against the Falcons, which was my lean. I didn't play it. I missed out on money. And then this next one, Patriots Jets. I didn't have a lean, but all my friends were telling me take Patriots, and guess what? Patriots cashed out. So that's the second game I missed out on money. Again, didn't lose no money, but didn't make no money. I missed out on money. Because if I had made a bet that game, I would have taken the Patriots. Go fucking figure, right? So next one, Bills Commanders. This one was my biggest upset of the week. I put $100 on the Commanders. Not a lot of money, but just to recap why that's important for me to fade the Bills every single game this season. Because earlier in this podcast, I told you I think Josh Allen is no longer a top 5 QB. I think he's overrated. The Bills are probably going to be favored in 14, maybe 15 out of their 17 games this season. The only 2 games that the Buffalo Bills will not be favored in is the game against the Bengals, if Joe Burrow is healthy, and the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Every other game this season, Bills are going to be a heavy favorite. I think they're only going to win 10, 11, maybe 12 games this season. I think they're going to lose 4 or 5 games this year. Because every single year, no matter how much talent, no matter how complete the roster is around Josh Allen, no matter how much firepower they give Josh Allen, he never wins more than 13 games. His best record in the NFL was 13-3. That was his best record ever, which means he still lost 3 times. And all 3 of those games that he lost, the other team was like a +4, +$500 underdog. So my main point is, if every single time the Bills play a team this season, the other team's always going to be +400, +500, +600 type of underdog, and he's going to lose 3 games minimum, 6 games max, if you just put $100 for him to lose every game, you're going to cash out profits at the end of the season. Because he's going to lose at least 3, and he's going to lose at the most maybe 6. And every single one of those underdogs are going to be +300, +400, +500, +600 money line. So the Commanders in this game, they were plus like 300. So I said, fuck it, let me throw 100 on the money line. They ended up winning the game 37-3, but guess what? I'm going to fade them every single game, every single fucking week. Because if they only lose 3 games, I'm going to come out on top. If they lose 6 games, I'm going to have massive profit. Because every fucking underdog they play is always some fucking massive $200, $300, $400, $500, money line dog. And the best record he's ever had is 13-3. The worst record he had was like 9-7. So, again, he's not going to go undefeated. He can't. He already lost against the Jets opening week. I took the Jets because, again, I'm taking them to lose every game this year. I expect 9, 10, 11 tickets to lose, but those 3, 4, 5 tickets that do cash are going to cash out big because every underdog is a fucking massive dog. So that's my strategy for the Buffalo Bills this season. Now, go figure. Next week, they're at home against Miami that just dropped 70 on the Broncos. Miami is only a 2.5 point underdog, so they're not going to be plus 3, 4, 500 in this case. But I think Miami should be favored by 2.5, not the Bills, even though the Bills are at home. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is my early favorite play of the week. Kind of like last week, I told you guys on Monday Night Football that I was running to the sportsbook after that Joe Burrow injury when he was limping off the field on Sunday night. I ran to the sportsbook Monday morning to play my bets for the 49ers, which was my guaranteed bet of the week. And I put my favorite bet, which was the Bengals on the road against the the Rams on the road against the Bengals in Cincy. And I gave you guys those 2 plays early. I'm telling you guys right now, probably... maybe not tomorrow because I'm busy this week, but either Thursday or Friday this week, I'm going to be running to the sportsbook, probably the Westgate or the South Point again, one of the 2, maybe Caesars, fuck it. And probably Westgate or South Point, honestly. Those are my favorite right here in Vegas. But I'm going to be running to the sportsbook, and I'm going to be putting big money on the Dolphins to beat the Buffalo Bills on the road. I think the Dolphins should be favored by 2. It shouldn't be the Bills, even though the Bills are at home. So my early favorite play of the week is probably going to be the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Yeah. That's it. I'm going to take the Dolphins all day, every day. I think that's the favorite play of the week. I'm thinking about it right now. Yeah. Mark that down in your calendar, guys. Next week, Dolphins -2.5, or excuse me, +2.5. Fuck it. Give me the Dolphins. I'm going to put that right now in my notes too. Excuse me, putting it in my notes right now. Favorite play week for NFL. Boom. I just typed that in my notes while I'm recording. That's what I'm doing. Dolphins are my favorite play of next week. So with that being said, let's keep going on. Chargers, Vikings. I wanted to take the Vikings because I hate Stanley for the Chargers. I think he's a bitch ass coach. I think he's a mofo. I wanted the Vikings to win. Kirk Cousins, he sucks in prime time, but he's magic in games that don't matter. This is a game that really don't matter. And the Vikings let me down, even though the Vikings were doing the same thing as the Saints. They both had the ball on the opponent's 25-yard line. All they had to do was kick a field goal or score a touchdown, and they couldn't complete it. So the Saints basically lost me money on the last second field goal from 47, and the Vikings were at the Chargers 6-yard line and couldn't score a touchdown because Kirk Cousins is a dumbass and he's a bitch and he fucking sucks. So with that being said, lost money on the Chargers once again. These dudes, all they do is fucking cost me money, and the one time I don't bet them, they fucking win money. Go fucking figure, man. Next week, Chargers are at home against the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. Fuck the Chargers. Give me the Raiders. Fuck the Chargers. Give me the Raiders. Fuck the Chargers. And then the Vikings are on the road against the Panthers, against the QB who's hurt right now, and Bryce Young, who just got blown out in Seattle. We took Seattle. That's a game that actually made me money. But let me get the Vikings minus 3.5. I'm not sure if they cover the 3.5. I'm probably going to buy the hook, and I'm going to take the Vikings just minus 3. So give me the Vikings next week minus 3. But for right now, the Vikings cost me money. I'm going to bet on them next week to fucking make it back. This is the first time I bet the Vikings all year. I avoided them week 1 against the Bucks. I faded them week 2 against the Eagles. Eagles cashed me out on the money line. I finally bet the Vikings week 3 against the Chargers. They cost me money. So next week I'm going to run it back. I'm going to take a minus 3 against the Panthers. I don't like the 3.5, so I'm going to buy the hook and get it to minus 3. And then next week, Chargers, going against the Raiders in LA. Give me the fucking Raiders all day. Give me the Raiders, give me the Raiders, give me the Raiders. Speaking of the Raiders, last night the Raiders played the Steelers. I had the Raiders on the money line. I don't like the Steelers. The reason I don't like the Steelers is because I said it once, I said it twice, I'll say it one more time tonight. I think Kenny Pickett is a bust at QB. I think that's another quarterback that should probably get replaced in the offseason in the upcoming NFL draft, one of the deepest in NFL history. So I took the Raiders, and I said I like Jimmy Garoppolo with McDaniels, because they spent so much time together in New England, and McDaniels wanted to trade Tom Brady away somewhere else because he wanted to start Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was his man. Jimmy Garoppolo was his draft pick, and McDaniels fucking loved Jimmy G, and he didn't want to trade him to San Francisco to begin with. And I think San Francisco regrets trading for Jimmy G, in my opinion, because that was a waste of fucking 4 years. So with that being said, I took the Raiders on the money line last night. I took them on the money line. They lost. The Steelers, Kenny Pickett won, but Kenny Pickett still looks like he fucking sucks. And the only reason they're winning games is because TJ Watt is special. TJ Watt is a beast, and TJ Watt might be defensive MVP. TJ Watt is fucking ridiculous. So Steelers won. I faded them week 1 against the 49ers. That made me money. And then in the second week, I took the Browns against the Steelers. That cost me money. And now I took the Raiders against the Steelers. That cost me money again. And now next week, the Steelers are playing the Texans. Give me the Texans on the road. They're only minus 3. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Steelers on the road against Texans is my favorite play next week. Give me the Steelers minus 3. Give me the Steelers minus 3. Give me the Steelers minus 3. You know what? Fuck it. I might just take it on the money line, but give me the Steelers minus 3. On the road against the Texans? Fuck the Texans. I know they just beat the fucking Jaguars, but nah, fuck the Texans. So yeah, give me the Steelers. They cost me they made me money week 1 against the 49ers. I took the Niners minus 2.5, but I faded them against the Browns, and then I faded them again last night against the Raiders. Now I'm going to make retribution. I'm going to go 2-2 when it comes to betting the Steelers this season, and I'm going to take the Steelers to win on the road against the Texans. Meanwhile, the Texans, they cost me money because I had the Jags this weekend, and next weekend they're going to face the fucking the Steelers. Yeah. So I'm going to make back the money I lost on the Jags, and I'm going to make money the money back that I lost on the Steelers. So the Steelers fucked me and the Texans fucked me. Guess what? Next week, they're both going to cash out. So next week's probably going to be an $800 bet, and the $800 bet is going to be that Steelers on the road against Texans. That's going to be my $800 bet right there next week. I've been doing $200 and $400 bets. Next week, we're bumping up to $800 bets. So next week, $800, second favorite play of the week. Give me the Steelers on the road against the Texans -3 or on the money line, whichever, doesn't matter. And there you go. 400 that on the Steelers and then 400 against the Texans. That's $800 bet. And they're going to make me back all the money that they cost me this past week in terms of that game with the Jags where the Texans won and they pulled off the upset. I can't believe Trevor Lawrence let me down. And the Raiders, Jimmy G, looking like the old Jimmy G back in San Francisco, throwing dumbass picks and shit. He let me down. So they're both this next game. The Steelers are going to make back that money that they cost me against the Raiders, and the Texans are going to make me back that money they cost me against the Jags. $800 next week. Also, putting $800 on the Dolphins, because the Dolphins been making me money all season. I faded them week 1 against the Chargers, but then I bet them week 2 against the Patriots. They cashed me out and they made me back that money. And then this past week I took them again on the money line and on the spread. They cashed me out more money. And now this week against the fucking Buffalo Bills, they're going to make me max fucking money. So with that being said, 800 on the Dolphins on the +2.5. Give me the money line. And then same thing with the Steelers, -3 on the road against the Texans. Fuck it, give me the money line. And then the Vikings, again, they cost me money. They're going to make it back for me next weekend. Give me Vikings. I don't like the 3.5. Give me the -3 instead. I'll buy the hook against the Panthers. These are my early plays for next week. Let me see. Colts and Ravens. Again, another team that cost me money. I've been betting the Ravens all year long. I took them week 1 against Cincy. Week 2. Who'd the Ravens play in week 2? I forgot. The Ravens in week 2. I forgot if they made me money during week 2. Who did the Ravens play week 2? I think they were home. Oh, no. Ravens, I took them week 2 against the Bengals. They made me money. And then week 1, they were my lock of the week against the Texans. So the Ravens have done nothing but make me money. And then this past week, they finally cost me money. I thought they were going to start off the season strong. They ended up fucking losing to the bitch-ass fucking Colts because of all their injuries. So next week, I'm going to run that shit back, and I'm going to lay down another 400 for them to cash me out again, maybe even 800, because next week the Ravens are playing the Browns. Oh, fuck. No, I feel like I have to take the Browns. Motherfucker. Because, again, I want to stay disciplined to the system and bet the Browns to win 9, 10, 11 games this season. Browns are favored by 2.5. I probably will take the 2.5 because the Ravens are just dealing with too many injuries. I think the Ravens are going to fall 2-2 now. Watch the fucking Ravens win the 1 week where I finally fucking fade them. Watch the Ravens fucking win the 1 week where I finally fucking fade them. And then the Browns, fuck me when I play them and fuck me when I don't. I'm taking the Browns. Even though I still believe it's a huge loss for that offense that they lost Nick Chubb, I feel like I gotta take the fucking Browns, because the Ravens are just dealing with too many injuries, and it's just like all over the field. So give me the Browns. They're dealing with one major injury, but the fucking Ravens are dealing with like 30 mini injuries. So give me next week, I'll take the Browns. Fuck, can't believe the Ravens fucked me against the bitch-ass Colts. Just too many injuries. Other than that, the Chiefs game went as expected. I took the Chiefs on the money line, a lot of parlays, but the Cowboys fucked me and they lost. Because I had them on a bunch of parlays too. So thanks a lot, Dak Prescott, bitch ass motherfucker. Last time I bet you on a massive parlay. Next week the Cowboys are at home, -7 against the Patriots. I'm gonna be honest, this is a game I just want to put $100 on the Patriots. I know it sounds stupid, I know it sounds dumb, but give me $100 on the Patriots. Like, bro, these motherfuckers. Remember, kind of like that Washington team. I didn't think Washington would win, but Buffalo always finds a way to lose games that they're supposed to win. And every single year they lose 3 to 6 games. And most of those games were games that they were supposed to fucking win. And if you just bet the Buffalo Bills to lose every single game, and every team they go against is a fucking +300, +400, +500 underdog, but they're favored in every motherfucking game, even if they only lose 3, but they went up to lose up to 6 games, you're going to cash out profits at the end of every fucking season. I think the same could be said of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are never going to go 16-1 or 17-1 or some shit. They're always going to have a bunch of losses throughout the season, like 3 or 4 losses every year, and a lot of their losses are against teams that they're supposed to win, and they don't. So next week, it could be an upset alert. So I'm going to put $100 on the Patriots, maybe 2. I'll put $100 or $200 next week on the Patriots. Bill Belichick has never lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Tom Brady has never lost to the Dallas Cowboys either. Go figure, the last game of Tom Brady's career, he loses against the Dallas Cowboys. Tom Brady was something like 11-0 against the fucking Dallas Cowboys. And the last game of his career was a loss against the Dallas Cowboys. But that means Bill Belichick is still 11-0 or 10-0 against the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see. But I'm going to put $100 on the Patriots. All right. Maybe two. We'll see. So that's that one. By the way, next week, Chiefs on the road at fucking Jets. Give me the fucking Chiefs. I think they're finally hitting on all cylinders. I know the Jets defense, looks elite. But give me the Chiefs. I think that's easy money. Give me the Chiefs all fucking day against the fucking Jets. I'm going to take them on the money line next week. That's just me. All right. Last but not least, the final game was... I think that was it. That's all the games that we bet this week. So here's a recap summary. What time it is? 1:10? All right, so let me write this down on my notes for later so I can put it on the notes. 1 hour, 10-minute mark. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get used to this shit. I'm doing 2 different YouTube channels. I have, full-time job as a wealth manager. So excuse the fucking, the amateurism over here on this podcast. My main goal isn't to make this podcast professional. My main goal is just to make you guys a fuck ton of money. So I know this, channel's kind of like, it's raw as fuck. But at the same time, I like fucking raw. So why not? Again, the only goal here is just to make you a fuck ton of money. Don't really care how I do it. I just want to do it. So with that being said, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care how we fuck. I'm just trying to fuck. So with that being said, 49ers made me 1-0. Seahawks, I was 2-0. Browns lost because I had the Titans because of that Nick Chubb injury. So I fell to 2-1. Lions, I stayed away. I should have fucking bet them. I didn't. So instead of being 3-1, I stayed 2-1. Packers, I fucking finally faded them because, again, I don't like Jordan Love against elite defenses, and I thought the Saints do have an elite defense. They should have won that game. They had an opportunity to kick a field goal from the fucking 40-yard line. Are you fucking kidding me? So that dropped me down to 2-2 instead of putting me up to 3-1. Thanks a lot, Derek Carr. The Dolphins won, so that puts me at 3-2. But then the Chargers won, and I really wanted them to lose because I hate fucking Stanley. I want that coach to get fired. So Kirk Cousins once again fucks me in the end zone. So that puts me down to 3-3. Next up, Patriots. Stay away game for me, but I should have fucking bet it. Again, didn't make money, but I missed out on money. So now I'm basically still 3-3. Even though if I had bet those 2 leans, Patriots and Lions, I would have been 5-3. Instead, I'm still 3-3. Next game, Bills Commanders. Again, I technically fall to 3-4 because I want to bet the Bills to lose every game. So whatever, I fall to 3-4. Texans, Jags. I like the Jags. Texans pulled off the massive upset. That puts me down to 3-5. Colts pull off another massive upset. Good job, fucking Ravens, with your 30 fucking injuries. That puts me down to 3-6. The Chiefs now put me up to 4-6, but the Cowboys put me down to 4-7, and then the Raiders put me down to 4-8. So I am 4-8 for the week, looking to go 6-8 if the Rams and the Eagles do what they're supposed to. So, yeah, I think I only won 4 games this week. It was the 49ers. It was a Seahawks game. It was the Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins was good because I had a lot of money on the Dolphins. And my biggest play of the week was the 49ers. And my second biggest bet this week is the Rams on the money line. Again, plus 105. So it's a situation where even though at best I only go 6-8, my profits should still be good because the 4 games that have won so far, possibly 6, are the games that I have the most money on. So statistically, I'm having a really bad week if I only go 6-8. If I go 6-8, it's still a really bad week. But in terms of like net profit, I'll still be in the green. I'll still be positive because the 4 to 6 games that are going to win this week are the ones that I had the most money on, if that makes sense. So I'll post a video, guys, for you guys probably in the middle of this week. I'm looking at Wednesday. I'm probably going to be busy this week. I have meetings with clients. I have to manage their money, and we got to talk about the stock market and what's going on in the economy and if they should buy more Bitcoins or, a lot of them are asking me about ETH right now, Ethereum. Most of you guys have heard about it. So a lot of my clients this week are, they're trying to schedule meetings with me right now because they want to sit down and talk about their portfolios and how I manage it and if they should be putting more money in buying more Bitcoins right now or investing in some Ethereum right now. And there's a lot of stocks that are going down in the stock market, so people are wondering if they should just pull out or if they should put some more money in right now. So I have a lot of meetings and phone calls and, Zoom fucking phone calls I got to do with a lot of clients this week. So I'm not going to be able to head to the sports book on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I have my other podcast that's, my main podcast where I talk about the economy, the stock market, crypto, Bitcoin, real estate, NFTs. That's my main podcast over at Magayon Entertainment. So I'm probably going to be busy this week, so I'm not going to be able to lay down any bets until probably Thursday at the earliest, maybe not until Friday. That's why I said that Thursday game might be a stay away game for me, even though I am leaning towards the Packers, but go figure, watch them fuck me again. So I might just fucking hold off until Friday. But if I'm able to get to the sportsbook on Thursday morning, again, I'm going to be busy Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday morning at the fucking earliest is the next time you guys will hear from me. And if I'm able to get to the sportsbook Thursday morning, then I'll bet that game. That'll be the earliest. I'm not sure, though. I think it's going to be a stay away game. But my lead is the Packers. So worst case, the earliest you guys will hear from me again will be Thursday morning if I bet that Thursday game. If not, you guys will see me on Friday morning, and on Friday morning is when I'll go down to the sports book and lay all my bets for Saturday and Sunday. I gotta make a decision if I want to bet on primetime one more time against USC, both on the money line and the spread, or if that's another stay away game because they still don't have Travis Hunter back yet. And then I have my Sunday games that I'm probably gonna bet on Friday because this weekend my son has another baseball tournament. He actually almost won MVP. He did really good, hit a fucking big ass home run to center field. So my son did really good. I'm really proud of him. So yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out, guys. But that's kind of the schedule for the week. So hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to this. I'll probably see you guys Thursday morning or at the latest Friday morning, and you guys will hear and see me from the South Point out here in Vegas. If you guys want to meet up with me, go ahead and just fucking leave a message in the comments. I'll get back to you. And if you guys have any questions, any concerns, or you guys want to ask me anything, again, just go ahead, put something in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Other than that, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you guys for riding with the one, the only, the motherfucking general at the Sports Betting Mexican Podcast. All right, I'll see you guys on Friday. Those are all my leans. Those are all my early plays. Again, I gave you guys my lock of the week, which is probably going to be the Chiefs money line. My favorite play next week is probably, I think the Steelers are my second favorite one, and the Dolphins is my main favorite one. So there you go. Those are my early favorite bets, and those are my lock bets. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, until next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. Again, any questions, any concerns, put it in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again.